The early months of 2025 witnessed a disturbing escalation in hostilities. India and Pakistan, two nuclear-armed neighbors, found themselves in renewed conflict. This recent flare-up, however, carried a new dimension. Reports quickly emerged suggesting a qualitative shift in Pakistan's military capabilities. This shift was largely attributed to advanced military technology from China. Understanding this technological edge became paramount for all stakeholders involved in South Asian security. The immediate trigger for the latest round of intense conflict was a devastating terrorist attack. On April 22, 2025, militants targeted an Indian military convoy in the Pulwama district of Kashmir. The attack resulted in significant casualties and widespread outrage across India. New Delhi swiftly blamed Pakistan-based militant groups for orchestrating the assault. It vowed a strong and decisive response to this act of aggression. The atmosphere became charged with anticipation of Indian retaliation. Pakistan, denying any state involvement, braced for Indian military action. In a preemptive move, Pakistan launched Operation Sindoor on April 24. It involved coordinated strikes against what Pakistan claimed were Indian forward positions and infiltration launch pads. This operation was notable for the reported use of newly acquired Chinese weaponry. The scale and precision of these initial strikes surprised many observers. During Operation Sindoor, Pakistani forces reportedly utilized advanced fighter jets and long-range missiles. The objective appeared to be to inflict damage while demonstrating new capabilities. The use of Chinese systems was central to this strategy. The aftermath of Operation Sindoor saw both claim successes. India reported successfully repelling Pakistani actions and inflicting its own damage. Pakistan highlighted the effectiveness of its offensive maneuvers. Independent verification of claims remained difficult due to the fog of war. The conflict had entered a more sophisticated phase. Among the specific Chinese military technologies supplied to Pakistan, the J-10C fighter jet stands out. This multi-role aircraft represents a significant upgrade for the Pakistan Air Force. A key component of the J-10C's lethality is the PL-15E air-to-air missile. The combination of the J-10C and the PL-15E provided the Pakistan Air Force with a potent beyond-visual range capability. The J-10C and PL-15E were no longer just items on an order sheet, they were combat-proven assets. Beyond fighter jets and missiles, unmanned aerial vehicles or drones played a crucial role. Pakistan has increasingly incorporated Chinese-made drones into its armed forces. Systems like the Wing Loong II, a medium-altitude long-endurance UAV, were reportedly active. These drones were used for intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. They provided Pakistani commanders with real-time battlefield awareness. There were also reports suggesting the use of armed Chinese drones by Pakistan. These platforms can carry guided bombs and missiles. The use of drones for both ISR and strike missions complicated India's defensive measures. It required enhanced air surveillance and counter-UAV systems. On the defensive side, China's HQ-9 FD-2000 long-range air defense missile system is a key asset for Pakistan. This system provides area defense against aircraft, cruise missiles, and tactical ballistic missiles. The HQ-9 creates a significant protective umbrella. The interplay between drones and air defense systems was a critical aspect of the recent clashes. China's contributions in both these domains significantly bolstered Pakistan's capabilities. The conflict underscored the growing importance of unmanned systems and robust air defenses in contemporary warfare. The performance of Chinese weaponry in the India-Pakistan conflict did not go unnoticed by the international community. The United States and its allies in particular paid close attention. Military analysts and intelligence agencies scrambled for details. They sought to assess the real-world effectiveness of these Chinese systems. For years there has been debate about the quality and reliability of Chinese military technology compared to Western or Russian equivalents. This conflict provided a rare opportunity to observe them in action outside of controlled exercises or limited deployments. U.S. defense officials were keen to understand how systems like the J-10C and PL-15E performed against Indian assets. This analysis helps in refining threat assessments. It also informs the development of countermeasures and future U.S. military technology. The data gathered, though often incomplete or filtered, is invaluable. It can reveal strengths and weaknesses in Chinese designs. The conflict served as an unexpected live-fire testing ground. concerns were also raised about the proliferation of advanced Chinese arms. The transfer of such technologies to a volatile region like South Asia has implications for regional stability. China's growing role as a major arms supplier is a significant geopolitical trend. The lessons learned from the skies over Kashmir would be studied in military academies and strategic think tanks worldwide. Section 6. India's retort tactical acumen and technological parity. Faced with Pakistan's newly demonstrated capabilities, India mounted a robust response. The Indian armed forces relied on a combination of advanced tactics, existing sophisticated weaponry, and the resilience of their personnel. India's Air Force, equipped with aircraft like the French-made Rafale and Russian Su-30 MKI, engaged Pakistani formations. These platforms, with their own advanced sensors and weapon systems, sought to counter the threat posed by the J-10Cs and PL-15E missiles. Indian pilots adapted their combat maneuvers and electronic warfare strategies to the new realities. India also possesses advanced air defense systems, notably the Russian S-400 Triumph. While the exact role of the S-400 in the recent skirmishes is not fully public, its presence is a significant deterrent. It provides India with a formidable long-range air defense capability. This system can track and engage a wide variety of aerial threats, including stealth aircraft and ballistic missiles. Beyond air power, Indian ground forces demonstrated their preparedness. They effectively countered Pakistani movements along the line of control. The conflict highlighted India's capacity to adapt and respond to evolving threats. The resilience and professionalism of the Indian armed forces were key factors in managing the escalation. Section 7. The Dragon's Showroom: China's Arms Exports Post-Conflict. The recent India-Pakistan conflict inadvertently served as a high-profile showcase for China's military technology. For Beijing, the performance of its weapon systems in a real combat scenario is invaluable. It provides a level of validation that exercises and simulations cannot offer. Positive reports, even if contested, about the effectiveness of the J-10C jets, PL-15E missiles, and Wing Loong drones can significantly boost the appeal of Chinese arms on the international market. Nations looking for cost-effective yet capable military hardware will undoubtedly take notice. This combat-tested label is a powerful marketing tool. China has been steadily increasing its share of the global arms export market. It often targets countries in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. If Chinese weapons are perceived as having performed well against Indian assets, it could lead to increased sales inquiries for Beijing. This would further solidify China's position as a major arms exporter. However, the showcase also brings increased scrutiny. Potential buyers and rival arms manufacturers will analyze the performance data meticulously. The long-term effects will depend on a comprehensive assessment of how these weapons truly performed. Section 8. Shifting Alliances: The China-Pakistan Axis and its Ripples. The effective deployment of Chinese military technology by Pakistan underscores the deepening strategic alignment between Beijing and Islamabad. This all-weather friendship has long been a cornerstone of Pakistan's foreign policy. However, the recent conflict suggests a new level of military technical integration. This goes beyond mere supplier-client relationships. It points towards closer operational coordination and shared strategic objectives. The strengthening China-Pakistan axis is a significant development with profound implications for regional and global geopolitics. It is a partnership built on mutual interests, particularly concerning India. This enhanced military bond between China and Pakistan is likely to cause considerable unease in New Delhi. India now faces a more coordinated two-front challenge. The prospect of facing advanced Chinese weaponry on its western border with Pakistan, in addition to China's own military presence on its northern border, complicates India's security calculus. This situation may compel India to further strengthen its own strategic partnerships. The United States and its allies are also watching these developments closely. The growing military might of China, augmented by its close ties with Pakistan, presents a challenge to Western influence in the region. The ripples from this enhanced cooperation will be felt across the globe, influencing diplomatic engagements and security postures far beyond the Indian subcontinent. Section 9. The Future of Warfare: Adapting to a Transformed Battlefield. The recent India-Pakistan conflict highlights the transformative impact of modern weaponry. Systems like the J-10C fighter, PL-15E missile, and sophisticated drones have altered battlefield calculations. network-centric warfare and information dominance are increasingly important. The side that can better process and act on information gains a critical edge.